Hello YouTube, I'm back with an update. It is Monday, January 19th, Martin Luther King Day, and for a change I have the day off. In my past I don't normally have this day off, so it's kind of a bonus. So what's happened that's new is the last I spoke about, I had a hearing where I was found in contempt of court. That was in front of a commissioner, and so I filed, or will be filing tomorrow when the FedEx package arrives, a motion for revision of the commissioner's order. Because, as many of you were probably aware, a commissioner does not rank as high as a judge, and if you disagree with what the commissioner rules or sets forth in an order, at least in this state, in that municipality, you have 10 calendar days to file a motion for revision of that order. What that does, it forces the hearing basically to be done over again, as if the one on January 12th never happened at all. The same arguments will be put forth, but in front of a judge this time. And what he says is final, with the exception of, if I really need to push it, and I'm pulling out all stops if I have to, I will. But if this does not go my way, or at least somewhat equitable, I can appeal it, and it will go to a higher judge. So that's in process right now. I'm a little nervous about it because I sent the documentation via FedEx to the correct address but the wrong room number. So I'm hoping that they open it and they see what it's intended to be and they just move it on to the room. But I will call them tomorrow morning and give them a fair warning about it, a heads up, try to make sure that it gets filed in time and it's properly documented. Speaking of hearing, being out in Spokane, as I am right now, it is exceptionally difficult to attend these hearings. And nobody wants to go to court, but I need to. I need to fight this. I need to continue on. And so to drive 6 hours one way necessitates that I take a day off of work. I will get off work early on a Thursday, drive that evening into Skagit County, get a hotel, get up in the morning, go to court. And if I'm lucky, afterwards I can see my son for a couple of hours, take him to the park or to lunch or something. I mean, that's really what my visitation is relegated to now. Once every few weeks, maybe once a month, I see him for a couple of hours because apparently everybody thinks he can't be in the car for 12 hours. Granted, that's not the first thing I want him to do, but I do want to see him. Anyway, if I had the money, I would stay the entire weekend. Or I would go every weekend and just get a hotel and be with my son. I don't have the finances. Even going for the necessary action of appearing in court, it's a huge financial burden. I have to take the day off of work. I don't get paid for that. I'm all out of sick days and holidays and paid time off and all of that. So that's an instant 20% less pay for that week, plus the added expense of gas round trip, getting a hotel, and feeding myself. It's a lose-lose proposition for me financially. So I have to move. I have to move ASAP. I have to move yesterday. I need to get out of Spokane and back over to the west side of the mountains. And as I said before, I was trying to be smart about it. She told me to my face that I was going to, that she was going to move to Spokane when the house sold and she got the money. But while the house is under contract, I thought to myself, well, I can move locally, and if she goes to Spokane, I won't have any money and I'll be away from my son. So I'll go to Spokane. Even that move was painful. I really couldn't afford it. And wait for her to come over. Well, she informed me afterwards she's not moving here, moving to Camano Island. And here I am stuck a role reversal. Instead of being stuck on Seattle side and she's in Spokane and I can't do anything about it, I'm in Spokane, she's on Seattle side, and I'm financially strapped. So my first priority is to move. And that means I need to, it's weird to say hopefully break my lease. If I somehow have the finances before the end of May, which is when my lease expires on this rental, I will move. I don't care about the lease. I don't care about the hit on my credit. My credit's already screwed. So if I had the money, I would move today. Don't have the money. So I need to find a job over there. I need to find a place to live, like yesterday, ASAP. Now the problem is, I make less money over here. I have the same job title, same job responsibilities, same position in the company, same company. Even though I quit my job over there, I'm well liked, and those people pulled strings for me. They got me an interview over here in this particular branch of the same company. I got interviewed and I got hired. The economic climate over here is just different. It's a small town. You're not going to make Seattle wages in a small town. The cost of living in general is about 15 to 20% less than Seattle, from what I could gather looking online, doing some comparisons. But I took a 26% hit on my wages per hour. So I'm making 26% less per hour than I used to make. My housing cost has increased. Mortgage was about $950 a month. I'm paying $1,100 a month now for this rental. Now it's a large rental. It's a 3-bedroom with an extra room, a den, nice yard. And I did that because I thought, obviously looking back, I thought naively that I would have Austin. He would have his own room. We would have some room to have arts and crafts, just do kid stuff with him, play outside in the yard. But that's not going to happen. So I have to move. As I was saying, the economic climate is different out here in Spokane. Same company, same job, same position, same responsibilities, 26% less pay. Now, if I'm going to move back to Seattle side, at this particular moment, I can't go back to this company, to that office. They have filled my position. Now, something may change between now and then, but if it doesn't, I have to move no matter what. It's not an option. I can't stay here without my son. So I have to coordinate somehow finding a job remotely and finding a place to live. Finding a place to live is obviously predicated upon having income to pay the rent. I'm likely going to have to change careers when I move back, or make even less money than I am now. So while I'm strapped, paying $1,100 a month rent, making what I'm making now, the rent over there, to be near to where my son is going to be, cheapest I can find on Craigslist and Zillow, is anywhere between $1,100 and $1,300 a month, and that's for a modest residence, nothing extravagant. And I'm willing to do that. That's fine. I don't need a fancy place. But in order to do that, I need money and I need employment. And where she moved to it's kind of rural. There's nothing nearby. So you almost have to go to the city to get a job. And that's travel time. And I really don't want to have much travel time anymore. I'd like to reduce that. That's wasted time. Time on the road is wasted time. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm looking at some online options. But I need to be able to stay near home or work from home. And I need to go back immediately. I notice I'm kind of rambling. I apologize for that. So I'll end it here. and I'll probably have an update or two before my motion for revision goes up before the judge. Again, I thank you all for watching. Oh, let me add this last thing, and I'll try to edit this. I don't know how, but I see people put text on their YouTube screens. As I said, I need to move and I don't have the finances, so I started a GoFundMe page, and if you'd like to share that, I'd really appreciate it. It's gofundme.com/Seattle Dad, and it tells my story, and I'll edit that as well in the future. I'll keep that up to date. I've seen some GoFundMe pages that are amazingly sparse, and I'm trying to fill mine with as much information as possible. So that's that. Talk to you next time, YouTube. Thank you again for watching.